If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. We do our dishes right here on the back of the tailgate. And so normally what we do is right after supper, we just put them on the tailgate. We collect them up, maybe a couple hours they'll sit here. And then right before dark, I do the dishes. Well, last night, even the door was open on the camper. We were just kind of hanging out inside the camper. And a dog jumped up here and grabbed a spatula, ran off into these woods. Now the owner, he was walking along this road here, and he's calling for his dog. Well, finally he comes out of the woods without the spatula. I'm going to walk down here just a little bit to show you. We were not able to recover our spatula because it's very thick down here. So, as you can see, it's hard to say where he put it. I mean, there's some trash down there that I can't even get down to. Hard telling where that spatula is. Now, don't get me wrong. It's just a spatula. It's no big deal. And the guy immediately apologized. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I mean, he saw that the dog had the spatula. He's polite. He's trying to be polite, and I'm trying to be polite. But now, think about this. You're still a little aggravated that the dog wasn't being controlled on a leash. And I know a lot of people think, you know, the dog deserves to be able to run around because it needs exercise. Well, if your dog needs exercise, perhaps you should stay in your stick and brick where it can have a yard to run around in instead of bringing it out here in the national forest and bothering other campers. So we see other YouTubers promoting the idea that it's okay to allow their dogs run loose. They do it right on their channel. I mean, you'll see them. They're out there in the distance behind them and running around. Well, right here on this board, and I'll put up close-up pictures, you see that it talks about your pets. Here we got recreating in bear country. The first thing, you know, right down here about what, number 3? Keep your dogs on a leash and under control. Dogs can agitate bears and lead them back to you. So your dog's out there playing in the woods eating my spatula. A bear sees him. He agitates the bear. Bear chase after him. Comes up here and now you got a bigger problem. Not only do you not have a spatula, now you got a bear. Right here it says alligators. Now here's the funny thing. We are at a campsite that says Alligator Swamp. So right over here is a lake called Alligator Swamp. So right here it says, do not allow pets to swim in areas with alligators. And I've seen an alligator in this swamp. And then of course you got snakes, and poison ivy, and ticks. Just the other day there was a dog running around, a different dog. And he ran up to this campsite over here where this little trailer is. And the guy just came back from a hunting trip. And there's this, what appears, and it does, I was really astonished to see it. It appears to be a coyote outside his truck. Well, of course, he's still got his hunting rifle. And so he's about ready to shoot what he thinks is a coyote. Whether you think that's right or wrong, doesn't matter. I understand he thought he was under attack. That's not for me to criticize. My point is, it wasn't a coyote, it was a pet. And so this guy thought he was under attack by a wild animal, possibly with rabies, because coyotes don't come up that close. And it was somebody's dog, and she was yelling for the dog to come back. Fortunately, he heard, not only do you have wildlife threats, you have human threats. Another thing is, when you let your dog run around here, of course, it's going to go to the bathroom. No matter how hard you try to find the waste, you're not going to be able to find all of it. We were in South Carolina, and for some reason, this dog just absolutely loved going to the bathroom right in front of our pop-up camper, right there at the doorway. And about the 3rd time of me stepping out there, I realized I need to look before I step down, because every morning I would step in it. And what are you going to say to a stranger? And I know a lot of folks are going to disagree with me on this, but I don't know any of these people. I don't know if they're good people, bad people. I mean, I hear rumors that this person's not very friendly. The other person seems pretty nice. But what are you going to do? Are you just going to go over there and put your dog away? Stop having to go to the bathroom in front of my camper. I mean, if you do, aren't you putting yourself at risk for a confrontation? I mean, he's just like the guy with the spatula. I mean, I was aggravated. But I can't, you know, he apologized. But wouldn't it have just been a lot easier, instead of me being aggravated, my spatula being gone, and him having to apologize, wouldn't it have been easier to put your dog on a leash? And there's no way I'm going to convince anybody of this, because every time I make a video about pets, I get a lot of negative feedback. I'm sure this video is going to have a lot of negative feedback that I'm anti-pet, which is not true. I was raised with pets my entire life. I've loved dogs, and I love cats. But I love them so much, I don't think I'm going to bring an animal out here because of the reasons I just said. I like having my animal be able to run around. And then the rest of the day, he's tied up to a chain next to the camper. He's stuck in this 6 foot by 6 foot box. It is very frustrating to me, like I said, that I see these irresponsible pet owners on YouTube telling you, and I've seen them do it, keep your dog on a leash because that's the rules of the National Forest or the BLM or wherever they're at. Yet you literally see the dog, as they're saying it, behind them running around off leash. And then when somebody questions them, they make another video explaining why it's okay for them to do it, but not you. Well, I don't think it's okay for anybody to do it. YouTuber, famous, not famous. The only thing these YouTubers are doing is saying, wait a minute, if nobody's looking, I can let my dog run around. Until you bring a bear into the campground because the dog brought it in, or an alligator eats your dog. That would be very upsetting. I beg you, I implore you to keep your dog on a leash if you're going to live this lifestyle. Yes, I realize it's not good for the dog to be on leash, but if you're making the choice to live this lifestyle with a pet, then you really need to be making the choice to have that pet on a leash, even if you don't think it's good for the dog. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.